Our live Believe Nation, how are we doing? Happy Tuesday. Tuesday is my content day. It's mostly doing YouTube stuff. I think if you've got a plan to be a content creator, if you've got a message inside you that you want to put out to the world, that it's super important that you actually put it in your calendar, because too often what happens is you wait till you have spare time to make content, right? Like when I have a moment, it's on your to-do list, but until the to-do list actually gets into your calendar, then nothing happens. Right? How many times have you said you're going to make content, you're going to make content, you're going to make content, and then you don't, because the day kind of falls apart on you. If you've got a big message, if you've got something that you want to put out to the world, if you know that content's important to you and where you want to be in 1 year is different than where you are right now, it has to be in your calendar. It has to be in your calendar. It has to be in your calendar, or it will not happen. I'm going to bring a special guest in on a different topic. I just wanted to do that little Tuesday rant. We're going to bring a special guest in. You guys are going to love him. Here he comes, I think. Wait, hold on. I sent the invite. Let's see where he's at. Happy Tuesday. We are going to learn how to hack our mind, how to make our brain work for us instead of against us.
Hey, hey, hey.
And there he is, Mr. John Assaraf in the house.
Hey, buddy. How are you?
Good. How are you? Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. Hi, everyone. Nice to see you all. Are you coming in live from Toronto?
Yes, sir. I'm in Toronto. John's there in his home in California. John Assaraf, if you guys don't know John, he's the author of this amazing book, Inner Size. He's got his copy behind. I got mine here. He's also the amazing founder of the Brainathons, which we're going to talk about today. This is his 9th annual Brainathon coming up. Of all the guys that I know, and I profile a lot of them, John is the most in tune with the latest science on how to hack your brain to start getting results. And I think your brain can be your best friend, or it could be your your worst enemy as well. And that's what the Brainathons are all about. And we're gonna have a quick chat about it. So for YouTube, there's a link to join underneath in the description about John's latest Brainathon. John, the theme that I saw on the website is change your brain, change your income, which I love. Tell us why changing our brain changes our income.
So one of the questions that I always ask my students and people is, why do you earn what you're earning? Whether it's per hour, per day, per month, per week, per year, why do you earn that amount? And is it because of your knowledge, your skills, or is it because of something other than that as well? And a question that I always ask is it possible that us humans, we get conditioned to earn and expect a certain amount of income? Is it possible we get conditioned to earn? Is it possible that our brain sometimes acts like a thermostat, and once the thermostat is set at a certain temperature, its responsibility is to keep the room at that certain temperature? Well, is it possible that we have, an income set point? Is it possible that we have a wealth set point? Is it possible that maybe we have some beliefs that hold us back, or some habits that hold us hostage? Is it possible that we will never outperform our hidden self-image? So if I want to earn, let's say, twice as much money per hour, per day, per week, per month, but my self-image says, but am I really worth it? Can I really achieve it? Am I good enough? Am I smart enough? When we have these internal dialogues and these internal conflicts in many cases, then we might have one foot on the gas and one foot on the brake. And even though we have so much potential, we keep repeating the patterns that we have become accustomed to repeating. And so why change your brain, change your income? Well, we all own the most powerful biocomputer in the world, in the universe. And most people don't know how to change their brain to change their income. Most people don't know, how do I let go of limiting beliefs like I'm too young or too old, or I live in this part of the world or that part of the world, or I'm black, I'm white, I'm Asian, Caucasian, whatever it is, whatever the limiting belief is nothing more than a pattern in the brain. A habit's nothing more than a pattern in the brain. A fear fear of failing, fear of being embarrassed, ashamed, ridiculed, judged, rejected, disappointed. Those are all part of our brain. And how many people have learned how to utilize their brain better? So it's a tool of mass construction instead of a tool of mass destruction.
I love that. John Assaraf, man, I missed you.
Hi, everyone. I missed you too, my friend.
So listen, one of the ways that I've tried to fight that is to always be around people who are doing so much more, right? That when I talk to you or just watch your videos, or if I'm profiling Elon Musk or Oprah Winfrey or any of these people, it's like just that extra little energy and just a change of environment pulls me forward in modeling success, not just the strategies, but just the energy.
Yeah.
What do you recommend for people who are trying to break free of those limiting beliefs? What are their steps? Obviously, brain-a-thon, but like as a bigger picture, how do we break free of that automatic pattern?
Everything starts with awareness. So if I ask somebody right now, maybe everybody can, you want to play along, everyone? Right? If I asked everybody who's watching right now, and even in the future, say, what is one limiting belief that you have that's preventing you? Let me repeat, one limiting belief you currently have right now that's preventing you from doubling your income in the next 12 months. One limiting belief. Type it in the chat right now. One limiting belief you have. What's a limiting belief? It's a belief that limits you, right? I mean, we just flip it around. So a belief I have that's limiting you. And so here's a question that I ask you. So we have real Stan Harvey, I'm not good enough to double my income in the next 12 months. Somebody says my age, write it out. I am too old or I'm too young, right? So write out what the limiting belief is. I'm not smart enough to double my income, right? I can't start a business because I can't provide enough value. I don't have a degree. I don't have the resources. I don't have the ability. I'm not qualified enough. I feel I'm too lad and don't have enough education. I don't have the time. I'm not good enough. Money is hard work. I could not do it. I don't know where to start. So whenever we have a limiting belief, a belief that limits us, my question for you is this, okay? Everybody play along with us. Is that the truth? Is that the real truth? Or is that something you've just gotten used to saying and believing? Now, what if you just took your belief that you have right now that's limiting you? What if you just did this just for a moment? As soon as I repeat to myself, I can't because, and I have a reason, it's a belief, the reason is the belief. What do you think your brain does? Your brain is a biocomputer that reinforces your beliefs, right? We have a belief, we just keep reinforcing it, and then we think and feel and behave in ways that reinforce our beliefs, right? Because we don't want to be wrong. So our brain just says, okay, if you believe that, let me have you think and feel and do the things that resonate and match what you believe. What if you just use this simple, easy technique? Watch this, everyone. What if you just changed your self-talk in one language pattern? In the past, I used to believe, and write down what that negative or limiting belief is. In the past, I used to believe that I didn't have the ability, I didn't have the skill, I didn't have the knowledge, didn't have the money, didn't have the education. In the past, I used to believe this, and now I'm learning exactly how to double my income in the next 12 months, regardless of what I used to believe. What do you think that does to your biocomputer? Well, when we reinforce a limiting belief, it reinforces our behavior to make it true. As soon as we change the language pattern, say, in the past I used to, and now I'm learning the skills, the knowledge, the time management, how to add value, how to make more money, how to double my income. Now we just opened up the brain to say, oh, what I used to believe that limited me happened in the past. What I'm now choosing to believe that'll help make sure that my today, next week, the week after moves me towards what I want. Now I've just opened up my biocomputer because I can. So we don't want to reinforce limiting beliefs. We want to change them. We want to change our brain so we can change our paradigm, how we see the world and ourselves. We want to change our brain so we can change our beliefs. We want to change our brain so we can create new habits. We want to change our brain so that our habits match the goals that we want to achieve. Now, let me ask you all a question. Watch what I'm going to do right now. Can I keep going, Evan?
Yeah, it is. This is great. Let's go, man.
Everybody, I want to prove something to you right now. If you want to play full out right now, hit the love button. Just hit the love button right now. Hit it a couple of times. Bang, 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 bang. Get me and Evan excited. If you want to play right now, I'm going to show you one thing that'll prove what I just said. All right, ready? I want you to imagine somebody that you love. I mean, you really love this person in your life. It could be a wife, a husband, a child, a brother, a sister, a best friend. And even if you want a pet, like a dog or a cat that you love, okay? Can you imagine this person or this pet? Now, I want you to imagine this. I want you to imagine that today, all right, it's 11:11 a.m. on Tuesday morning in San Diego, right? I want you to imagine that today you make a commitment that 1 year from today, you're going to learn the beliefs that you need, the habits you need, the knowledge and the skills you need to double your income. And you're going to make a goal today that 1 year from today, you're going to double your income. And you commit to it, which means no stories, no excuses, no reasons, and nothing's going to stand in your way. And you commit 12 months from now. And what if I said this? The person or the animal that you just thought of that you love, if you don't do everything it takes honestly, with integrity, to double your income 12 months from now, you will never see that person again. You will not see that animal. You'll never see them again 12 months from today. How many of you will let go of your limiting beliefs? Will you let go of your fear of being embarrassed, ashamed, or ridiculed, judged? Would you let go of your fear of failure? Would you let go of fear of disappointing yourself? Would you let go of any story, reason, or excuse you now have? And would you do whatever it took, legally, ethically, professionally, above the line, to double your income? How many of you would do whatever it takes and you would upgrade your identity to match that new destiny? Would you upgrade your identity to match the destiny so you become the person capable of doing this? Now listen, if you said yes, which I imagine if you're breathing and you're smart, which you are, you probably said yes, you do whatever it takes. Well, what if I shared with you, we know how to let go of limiting beliefs. We know how to help you have more focus, more concentration. We know how to upgrade your knowledge and skills today more than at any other time in the history of our species, right? We know how to take small little baby steps. So we're making progress on the way to what we want. We know how to upgrade identity and self-image and self-worth. We know how to help you manage your fear of failure. Those are emotions that we feel. So it's a matter of upgrading yourself, changing your brain so you change your income. And just so we're clear, it's not about the money. The only purpose of the income is to give you more choice freedom, to give you more peace of mind, to give you more abilities to enjoy life better for yourself, your family, and your loved ones, and to make a difference in the lives of others, right? Money is just a tool. So is it possible, based on today's neuroscience and neuropsychology research, to learn how to let go of what's holding you back and start to become the person who can double her income or his income in the next 12 months? Because if you don't, then guess what you're saying by default? I am okay being stuck, and not only that, but I'm going to reinforce the very beliefs that are holding me back because I'm going to let another year go by. So there's a little bit of fun. And Evan, I don't know if we set up a link, if you want me to give it, on how people can sign up.
Yeah, you can see it here on IG. We're going to link it below for the YouTube video, but go ahead.
Yeah, if you just go to my, I have a DM. If they go to my name I just want to make sure that I can track it back to you. Can we do that?
Oh, sure.
I don't know how we do that because I have one word. I'm not sure if my team set you up with a special link for you.
I didn't get it, but it honestly doesn't matter. Like, guys, just go check out John's Brainathon 9th annual. Type in John Assaraf Brainathon. You will find it. Just
DM me on Instagram. DM me Brain, and you'll get an automatic link to sign up. It's free. It's October 23rd, and it'll blow your mind with me and a few other brain experts. So keep going.
What I love about you is, one, just the heart to share, right? I mean, there's no need for you to keep doing this, and yet it's like you're only picking up energy and momentum.
The heart.
There it is.
The gratitude heart.
It's like, you don't need to do this. And guys, you know, I've known a lot of people in the personal development industry just by the nature of what I do, and John is definitely one of the good guys and just keeps showing up every single day, which I love. One of the other thing I love about you is you're great at taking the subconscious and making it conscious. And when you ask what are your limiting beliefs, you just saw a whole bunch of garbage that people were dumping out. All of these things, like, imagine this is what's happening every day in your mind without even noticing it. And what you did was give us 2 fantastic exercises in, you know, saying in the past, I used to believe this, and then imagining your loved ones. You know, you're never going to see them again unless you fix it. These are now moving the subconscious to conscious. What do you recommend to keep that momentum going? Because, you know, here people are thinking, yeah, oh my gosh, I need to do this. This is crazy. But then they wake up tomorrow and they can fall back into the patterns. Is this put it into our calendar? Like, how do we keep that energy going?
Sure. So listen, if everybody answers this question, we are all creatures of habit, right? Everybody knows that. We're all creatures of habit. Well, what is a habit? Why does our brain develop, these habitual patterns? We can have habitual thought patterns. We can have habitual emotional patterns. We can have habitual behavioral patterns. Those 3 things obviously create what we do and don't do, right? So were you born with any habits? Like, were you born with any habits? And the answer is no. So that means that I developed habits, and the habits, the behaviors, the thought, emotional, and behavioral patterns that were reinforced became automatic, right? So what do we know about habits? Hold on. Would you all agree that all your habits are in your brain? Not your plastic brain, but in your brain. Well, we also know that there's a place in the brain, and we've only been able to look deep in the brain, with SPECT scans and MRIs. We've only been able to look deeper into the human brain, like in the last 10 years. And so we now know that there's a certain part of the brain called the striatum that's connected to the hippocampus, the memory part of our brain. And this part of our brain works together with our motivational circuit and our behavioral circuit. And Nina, I'll correct you in just a moment. It does not take 21 days, but I'll tell you how long it does take. And so what happens is this part of our brain, makes automatic anything that we've repeated over a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. So we might have automatic negative thoughts that become normalized, and that's a habit. We might have automatic negative emotions. I call the automatic negative thoughts ants, which is from Dr. Daniel Amen, a good friend of mine, and Evans. How do we stomp the ants and how do we stop the automatic negative emotions? Here's what we know based on the latest research from the University of London. It takes pay close attention, everyone, because it's going to change your mindset about what it's going to take. It takes between 66 days and 365 days to change a habitual pattern that we've had for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. So let me ask you a question. If I tell you, if you want to change a thought pattern that's negative or destructive or disempowering you, if you want to change a disempowering, negative emotional pattern, if you want to change a disempowering, destructive, negative behavior or habitual pattern, and I'm telling you, it's going to take you between 66 days and 365 days. Like, wouldn't you put a plan together to at least change it for 66 days? Like, all of my students must agree to at least 100 days of retraining their brain, changing their brain so they change their income, their weight, their relationship, their career, their business. So 100 days minimum. Now, let me ask you a question. If you were out of shape, you're overweight, out of breath, you're out of shape, and I said to you, hey, do you want to get into better shape? And Jay Monique, it takes between 66 and 365 days, depending on how deeply rooted the habit is. So it doesn't take 67 days, between 66 and 365. So if you knew that you could get into shape by exercising a little bit each day, whether it's walking, whether it's being on the bike, doing Pilates, doing yoga, whether it's weight training, whether it's hiking, whatever it is, you could accelerate getting into shape, okay, by doing it maybe twice a day if you want to. So we could exercise to get into better shape. The reason I wrote the book Inner Size, right, the new science to unlock your brain's hidden power, the reason we do the Brainathon is to show you all of the basic techniques to strengthen your mindset, to develop the beliefs, the habits, right, the activities that are required to achieve your goals. Hey there, Ray Higdon. Ray's a world-class champ too. I don't know if you know him, Evan, but you guys should be playing together.
Oh yeah, yeah, no, he's great.
Right, so is there a way to double down on retraining your brain? So I'll give you an example. Let's say you decide that you want to change your self-image because you have a low self-image. You have a neural pattern that says, I'm not worthy, right? I don't deserve the success that I have. Well, I could say, okay, starting today, I'm going to start doing things that's going to make me feel more worthy, more deserving. I'm going to upgrade my knowledge. I'm going to upgrade my skills. I'm going to take some inspired action. But what if I also closed my eyes and I started visualizing feeling worthy? I started to emotionalize, I am worthy. I'm a spiritual being with all the potential within me, and I deserve to achieve all my goals and dreams. What if I did that 1 time, 10 times, 100 times? Is it true that visualization is simulation in the brain? So whatever I simulate, is that not also activating cells in my brain? Are those cells not creating connections? And is that not the same as if I do, a bicep curl 1 time, 5 times, 10 times, I'm building my muscle? Well, if I visualize and I emotionalize, am I not building my neuro muscle around my self-image, self-worth, self-esteem, and self-confidence so I could behave in ways? I can visualize, I can emotionalize, I can activate the neurons in my brain to formulate a brand new pattern that if I repeat that pattern, I'm now creating a stronger neural pattern than my old self-image or self-worth. So I could behave my way into a greater self-image or self-worth, but I can also visualize and emotionalize. I can also use language patterns. So there are a variety of different ways to speed up the process. So if you're going to do it, why not at least commit to 100 days? Why 100 days? Well, because we know it takes between 66 and 365. How long will it take you to get in shape if you're out of shape and overweight and you eat like shit and you don't have energy? Well, depends on how out of shape you are, how poor your habits are. So how long should it take? It depends on you, not on me. All the techniques are there. But there's one thing that's going to determine whether you actually do this or not. Ready to answer that one?
Let's go.
Many years ago, my first mentor asked me, what are my goals and my dreams? And I'm going to make this story short. And I said, well, I want to, retire at 45. I want to have $3 million. I want to retire my parents and have them living comfortably. I want to travel the world. I want a nice car. I want a beautiful home. I want nice Italian clothes, etc. I want. And he said to me, he says, everything that you want, you can have. Every one of these things. And I was 19 at the time. And he looked at me and he said, I'm going to ask you one question, and the answer to this question will determine whether you have the money, the house, the success that you want. How many of you want to know what the question was that changed my life? If you want to know the question that changed my life, either type in, John, tell me the one question. Please tell me the one question. All right. Hi, Navjeet. Do you want to know the question? Yes or no? I need to see the feedback loop because that's what releases the dopamine in my brain, the feel-good chemical, right? All right, so here's what he asked me. Are you interested in achieving these things, or are you committed? Am I interested or am I committed? He said, are you interested or are you committed? And when I asked him, what's the difference? You know what he said to me? He said, if you're interested, you'll allow your limiting beliefs to hold you back. If you're interested, you'll allow your circumstances and your present conditions to hold you back. If you're interested, you'll keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, and you'll come up with stories, reasons, and excuses why you can't do it. He says, but when you are committed, you will upgrade, pay attention now, you will upgrade your identity to match the destiny and the goals that you have. You will upgrade your knowledge, your skills, your beliefs, your habits, and your daily, weekly, monthly behaviors so that you become the type of person capable of achieving every one of those goals. So let me ask all of you that are watching right now, are you interested in achieving 2 or 3 times the income in the next 12 months? Are you interested, in having a great physique, or are you committed? Are you interested or committed to having the life of your dreams that's extraordinary instead of ordinary or below ordinary? Because here's the truth. You will never do whatever it takes until you are committed. And you will become somebody that masters disappointment instead of mastering the discipline required for change. Boom, that's it. Interested or committed? That is the defining question for all of us that want to achieve more in our lives.
I love it. I love it. I just put down in the chat, DM John the word brain if you want to get it on IG, and for YouTube, we'll link up down below the Brainathon. John, what happens at a Brainathon? This is nine years of you doing this. You are the expert. Obviously, you're there. Guys, if you love the energy and wisdom and you just see how John shows up, just wait for the Brainathon. But then you also bring in some other leading experts. So what happens inside a Brainathon?
Sure. So because every day I get to research and find out the best in neuroscience and neuropsychology of, how do I develop more self-confidence? How do I stay more focused? How do I let go of habits that don't serve me and create habits that do? How do I increase my awareness? How do I take inspired action all the time? I play with some of the top neuroscientists and neuropsychologists and success experts in the world. So every year I do this Brainathon where we bring some of the best experts for a full day of training. It's free. We could charge $1,000 for it, and we don't. We just bring the experts. So this year, I'll be one of the experts, like every year. We have Jack Canfield, who wrote Chicken Soup for the Soul, sold 500 million books. Lisa Nichols will be on there as well, who's a rock star of success. Dr. John DeMartini will be on there as well. We have Marissa Peer, one of the top hypnotherapists in the world, will be on there as well. We've got Lisa Feldman Barrett, one of the top neuroscientists and neuropsychologists in the whole world. She will be there as well. Nirka, an NLP master, will be there as well. And let me see who else we have. So Jack, Marissa, Lisa, Nirka. Who else do we have, Andrea? Did I miss anybody?
We have John DeMartini.
Yeah, we got John DeMartini. So we have 6 experts, 6 experts, plus a whole bunch of our clients who are using our brain training techniques to change their brain so they change their income. And the thing that's really the most important, right, is if you feel like you're standing on the edge of your potential, that you know that you can achieve more, but something's holding you back. Whether it's fear of failure, fear of being embarrassed, ashamed, ridiculed, judged, that's normal. Whether it's limiting beliefs, well, that's normal, we all have them. Whether it's self-image, where you really don't feel you deserve the success, or even if you don't have the knowledge or skills, right? These things hold us back. That's the truth. Well, just because we have obstacles doesn't mean we can't overcome the obstacles. But if we don't know how, then it's harder. If we know how, then we have a skill, right? So then we have a skill. So if you want to learn the how to remove your mental and emotional obstacles, join us for the Brainathon. It's October the 23rd, which is a Saturday, from 9 o'clock to about 3 or 4 o'clock. It's free. Go to my page and direct message me BRAIN, just the one word BRAIN. My system will set you up with a link to go and sign up for free and invite your friends. And then tell them how phenomenal it is.
I love it. One last question, because I know you're so, I've seen a lot of the behind the scenes with you and how much you care about your community and how much you just love on the people inside. People are going to come, they're going to learn from you, they're going to learn from all these great experts. What are you doing on the community side here for people to also now connect to other people? Because so many people feel like they're so alone. And when they're in this tribe, they're going to win.
Yeah, so there's 4 things that I like everybody to consider, right? Number 1, we need the right mindset, right? Number 2, we need the right skill set. Number 3, we need the right action set of the behavior. What should I do? But then number 4 is the environment that I'm in, right? And so if I could be in an environment that I could learn, I could share, I could give, I can get help, I can ask questions, then I start to feel like I can do this. And when we start to share with each other, what's working, what's not working, then we learn with each other. One of the mottos in my company is this: let's lift each other up as we climb. Let's lift each other up as we climb. So that means that I'm going to have a hand up and somebody's helping me. I'm going to have a hand down and I'm lifting somebody up. We need each other. We need each other. We need each other to motivate each other. We need each other to learn from each other. We need each other to see what's working, what's not. We need each other to make it easier, right? And so in all of my work, I have communities that people are a part of, where we share, we love, we care, and we lift each other up. So instead of putting each other down, there's enough shit going on in the world where people are putting each other down. I don't care what your age is, what your ethnicity is, where you live in the world. I don't care your gender. It makes no difference. We are all made in the image of the Creator that made us. I don't care what you call it, but the intelligence in me is the same intelligence in you. The creative intelligence and force that created me, created you, and everything else, on our beautiful blue planet and in this universe. And so why not have a healthy love and respect for each other and help each other? And if we all did that, then guess what? We'd all do better.
John Assaraf, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know him already, you will love him, I promise. Go check out the Brainathon, his 9th annual event. You can DM him. There it is. There's the lineup. DM him the word BRAIN on Instagram or YouTube. Check the link in the description below. Appreciate you, man. Thank you as always.
Thank you. Appreciate you too. Bye, everyone. Have a
Much
great
love.
day. Bye.